Bandai just announced the big tournament manual changes for One Piece card game, and unfortunately those changes might make cheating even easier. So without further ado, let's take a look on the main side of the One Piece card game. Now we have this new cool layout. You can scroll down and there you see all the news. And obviously the main news is 3rd anniversary, but what we are interested in is this little hidden news here, Tournament Rules Manual. So you see October 10th, we go inside and here pay attention, October 10th Tournament Rules Manual got updated, all the rest is for now irrelevant. And any updates, anything that they change, you can read in red. So we see the last update today and the version is 1.6. And the changes are for the sleeves and for the game penalties. So let's scroll down. Okay, here you can use the power counters, but everyone already was doing that, so not so relevant. But here we have a lot of changes. The most important change for us here are the sleeves. So if you want, you can read all the announcements, but what is the most important now is the section 2 for leader cards and Dawn. Must both use sleeves, okay, that differ from the main deck. It was like that until now. Or they may be left unsleeved, so something new. You can play your Dawn and Leader row in case you don't have the sleeves that have different color than your main deck. But not only that, we can see here leader cards and Dawn cards may be placed in plastic card holders. Okay, this is quite wide definition. However, judge can prohibit the use of the card loader if there is some obstruction to play, so quite normal. And then follow up if the card loader is unusable, so for example PSA graded cases or anything that obstructs gameplay, then sure, judge will call this out. PSA graded cases, you cannot open them, so you can't present the raw card. It's quite clear. But this definition, plastic card holders, is pretty funny because if you really want, right now you can take your golden Dawns, whatever, put them all in the top loaders and play them with top loaders in the official tournaments, which is quite space consuming. And yeah, if you want to troll, go ahead. But this is not the most important change. The most important change is down below, almost at the end of the document. Here 12 penalties, and here is one big update. Now we have caution, and cautions are the smallest punishment that you can get in the tournament. So if you do some violations, first you will get a penalty in accordance with the severity of the caution. If player receives multiple cautions, it will be upgraded to warning and so on. It's not a problem. The problem is that, for example, if my opponent is getting caution only when he's drawing extra card accidentally, then we have a problem, because I can accidentally draw extra card every turn, because even if my opponent catches me, I will get a caution. And what is even more funny is that in this case, judge will just randomly choose card number equal to the extra card drawn and put them back into the deck. Okay, then my hand is bad, I did a mulligan, hand is still bad, okay, free mulligan from the judge, I will draw extra. So yeah, I don't understand this, why it's only caution. Then of course the standard stuff like any advice from spectators and so on in the middle of the match, and information sharing gestures and so on, also just caution. So you just cheated, you got big advantage from the crowd, but no problem, just caution. And then of course if you collect multiple cautions, they will give you a warning. And then you see if player received multiple warnings, the warning penalty can be upgraded to a defeat or disqualification. So now there is no such thing as game loss in a sense, now you have just defeat. So the worse you are, the biggest the punishment, or if you collect a lot of caution, then you will get warning, then you will get defeat, and if you really violate the tournament, you are unsportsmanlike and so on, then of course you get disqualification, and this is all not a problem. The problem is, for what do I need this point? Why caution? Makes no sense, Bandai. Wake up. Start with the warning. We lost online tournaments in EU because of the cheaters, and now you are making it even easier to cheat in your own game. Why? So this is my question for today to all of you. What do you think about those changes? Because if you can see, I'm quite annoyed by that. But we will see how it will be implemented in tournaments, especially in Europe, because Europe really hates cheaters, which is correct. We should not make the rules that allow any ingression into the game integrity, especially when a lot of reward cards, the prizes are multiple hundred or thousands of euro, because then some bad actors in the community will take this little simple change for their advantage. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.